Felix gets lines? He's not just making sound effects. The visuals are insane though. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to feel right now, but like, these boys are very, very good looking. The biggest surprise to me is that Felix has lines. Like, usually the man has like noises. There you go. Yo, why does he make looking tying your shoelaces so sexy? It seems so subtle, but it's so simple that it's so complicated at the same time. Usually when you have a rapper in the group, he's not supposed to be able to sing. This man sang. All these boys can sing, and all these boys can sing very well. So 안녕하세요 여러분, Tony입니다. Hello everyone, it's Tony. So back at again today with a surprising music video that just got released today, actually around noon my time. Another music video from StrayKids. Yes, the boys are back. These boys are releasing some banger songs of recently, especially God's Menu. Yo, I listen to that song non-stop every day, every single day. I have watched probably every single dance performance they've done for that. Absolutely love the dancing, absolutely love everything about the song. Really, really impressed by these boys once again. And this one is also off of their new album titled Go, and this one is titled 정사진, so that's translated to Blueprint in English. This one I'm not too sure about, but it does look like it's a bit more brightful, more youthful, kind of like more springtime, summertime vibes. I know that they're all kind of like wearing white in the thing, so I think it's going to be a very big step away from God's Menu, like the hard, heavy hitting beat. But it's definitely going to be a good song because, you know, StrayKids always have yet to hear a bad song from them. And without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Junbi, ready? 시작! StrayKids Blueprint. Interesting. It has like a bit of like a ooh. This has like a Grease vibe to it. Are they in Greece? What? Oh, Felix. What's up with the wings? All right. Ooh, I like. Is this Changbin? I only know Felix and Hyunjin. Damn. Felix gets lines? Are those freckles? Damn, Felix gets lines though. He's not just making sound effects. Alright, I can appreciate the song already. Oh! It's so interesting that they keep on going from like high voice to like high voice to like a lower register voice, like him and then him. Like, I like how they always keep on building up this duality. So definitely more of like a summertime, springtime, very laid back, very chilled. The visuals are insane though. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to feel right now, but like, these boys are very, very good looking. Hyunjin, yo, I don't know what to expect from them yet. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, that was him. Damn, I've only ever heard him like do the rapping, so here having him kind of like hit this like little higher note, newfound like kind of like side to him that I haven't heard. Really impressed, and just goes to show that they have really good vocal chops, all of these guys, even if they aren't just the rapper. And I guess like Hyunjin is kind of like one of the good examples for that, because I did release react to like the Bang Bang Chuz like Psycho cover, and he did a really good job covering those high notes, so really impressed. And overall, this beat, it kind of reminds me a bit of like Onus, like A Song to Remember, something like that, their more recent comeback title track. Onus. It kind of reminds me a bit of like that, kind of like this kind of like vibe, a bit more like emotional, more like still happy beats. It's interesting. It kind of like has the similar, if I want to put this song into like a context or reference, I would say it's kind of like a mix of OneWe's most recent song. It kind of has like this country guitar-esque vibe, but then at the same time it has Onus's like song. It's like it incorporates that kind of like emotionality, kind of that visual style. But then these boys also just for some reason exude in this music video kind of like 17. It's very interesting that like they kind of embody like 3 different groups of style in my head all at once, because usually I don't have like this a frame of reference, which is very interesting. But it also shows that like they're really diversifying in different genres of music and different styles of music. So I can really appreciate that. And this song is really nice, really nice. The biggest surprise to me is that Felix has lines. Like usually the man has like noises. Oh, here we go. Yo, why does he make looking tying your shoelaces so sexy? I really enjoy having his high voice in comparison to everybody else because everybody's like, oh, here's Hyunjin. Okay, so he's going with like this. I don't know what to feel right now. It's a very good song. They're always keeping you off. Like right there, you have the rapping, you have Hyunjin kind of like hitting hard rapper, and then you have the other guy rapping, but it's a bit like softer, a bit more like more swaggy kind of, but Hyunjin kind of comes in with the like big energy. But then you also have the high note guy, and then you have this come back in with the like more melodic kind of almost still high note, a bit more like feminine-esque voice when compared to everybody else that just sang. So they always keep on building different styles of like voices one on top of the other and keep on changing it, and you don't realize it, but throughout the whole thing the song is actually changing. The music composition changes throughout, and you don't really notice it because you're always so occupied with the voices. It makes it to a flow, like a smooth transition. So I'm really impressed by this song. It seems so subtle, but it's so simple that it's so complicated at the same time, because when you make something super simple, everything gets under a microscope so much more, and I think that they really are killing it. This it kind of gives me like throwback vibes, like this part, that beat. So you have this one prolonged like beat in the background, but it builds. The visuals from these boys. Definitely, this is like definitely their like summer song, I think, for the summer season. Good vibes. This is a nice vibe. It's a very chill song. It's kind of like very well suited for like this Sunday release that I feel like. They each have a different voice, like a different tone, and somehow they still manage to make it all so cohesive. Yo, Felix having lines in this song is the thing that's like the most surprising to me, honestly. I know I've said this multiple times, but still. And they use his voice so well in this song. It's not just like there for being there. Hyunjin could have had more parts though. I think that if anybody needed more, he needed more. Damn. So that was the boys of StrayKids with Blueprint. Jung Sa-jin. Wow, I'm very impressed. Like, this is such a step away, because everything I've heard from StrayKids, it's like, be it Elevator, Double Knot, don't know the other names of the songs, but God's Menu comes to mind. Like, all these type of songs are very kind of like hard-hitting, very like beat eccentric, very like rap heavy, bopping in your face type of songs. This is a very like drawn back song, very kind of like chilled summer vibes, really allows them to like really showcase their vocal abilities more than actually their rapping. And the thing that, like, as I mentioned a lot throughout this video, the thing that most impresses me, or most surprised me at least, is that Felix, the guy that we usually know, like associate with like the deep voice and like the deep sounds and just being used very minutely and just like not really have any vocal lines, came here and sang. Usually when you have a rapper in the group, he's not supposed to be able to sing. This man sang. The same thing with Hyunjin. All these boys could sing, and all these boys could sing very well. Goes to show like this group is super well rounded all around, and everybody can like fill in the gaps for one another. And it just shows the show that like they can have different like styles of composition of song and different creations of how they make their music, just purely based on like everybody can fill in a certain gap and have this special thing that they can bring to the table. I really enjoyed the video. Again, this kind of gives me like a beat of like 17 mixed with Wanas, and then like also and One kind of like the song kind of reminds me a bit of like all these amalgamations of boy groups, but also the visuals. I think that they're doing really something different, Stray Kids. They're really always pushing the boundaries as to what their music is and what their identity is, and I really appreciate this. These guys are still very young, so it's going to be a crazy few years for what these guys bring out next, and you sure to bet that I will keep on watching these guys, because so far I have yet to hear a bad song from these boys, and still really enjoy this song. Really nice, very chilled, has a buildup of different voices. There's always the dichotomy between one another. You always keep your attention on the song. It's never like a dull moment. There's always something there. And even with the song, if you're just listening to the music itself, very different. It builds throughout the whole song, but then it cuts back and brings in some simpler parts to allow their voices to come through fully. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. These boys are killing it. SKZ boys. Wow. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video reaction. I know it was a bit late, but hopefully you enjoyed it nevertheless. Thank you for watching. 감사합니다. And as usual, if you have any comments, requests, or something you want to talk, feel free to leave in the comment section below, and I'll get to it as soon as possible. But with that being said, guys, this has been Tony. 안녕히 계세요. Goodbye, and have a happy Sunday, guys.